In an effort to address challenges facing farmers, Agri SA hosting its annual conference in Gauteng. That comes as we deal with a devastating avian flu outbreak that's seen thousands of chickens being culled. Also, there are big increases in fuel prices and, of course, there are problems with infrastructure and roads and moving goods around the country. Agri SA Executive Director Christo Rheede joins us now. Christo, good evening to you. I mean, it seems to be quite a tough time to be a farmer when you look at what you have to deal with at the moment. The theme of your conference is food certainty. Why have you chosen that theme?
I think it's important that the broader public and especially government realize the role that farmers play. It's not land that produce food, it's farmers with particular expertise, farmers with specific passion, and farmers that really are enthusiastic and also knowledgeable about ensuring food certainty for the entire country. And this year we do have the Minister of Agriculture that will deliver her speech, a number of people from the industry who understand the bigger macroeconomic picture, and then obviously farmers and farmer delegates. I think we already have 300 people. It's a mixture of guests and delegates that will be attending, and all of them will put their minds together, their collective wisdom together to find solutions for all the challenges that we currently face in terms of ensuring food certainty for the country.
Has farming got harder in the last few years? I mean, various things have been happening. Load shedding has been a big issue, especially for people who need irrigation and pumps to work. Issues around roads. You've tried to open up the sort of Chinese market for our lemons, but a lot of lemons get bruised on some of the bad roads.
Remember, farming has never been easy in South Africa. I mean, South Africa has the least arable land if you compare it with the rest of Africa, with the exception, obviously, of the areas where the different desert conditions prevail. And then we've experienced severe droughts for centuries. So it has been an upward battle for many farmers. But government has played a central role in ensuring that they create conducive circumstances for agriculture. And I must say, since 1994, since we have sort of liberalized the economy and we've done away with all the bureaucracies, agriculture has grown tremendously. And because government assisted with opening up new markets, and they've left farmers to their own devices so that the best of the best could survive and ultimately ensure food security. But we sit now with a terrible mix of very unfavorable circumstances. For example, as you rightly mentioned, the cost of inputs going up, load shedding, also avian flu, and also outbreaks of foot and mouth. And we need to manage these things, otherwise we're going to have very few farmers left in the future who will be prepared to invest their money, invest their time, invest their expertise for a very, very marginal profit. It's really no longer financially viable to continue with farming unless we come up with drastic interventions.
I mean, you say that, Christo, and I hear that, but I mean, you've also had pretty good years because you've had so much rain over the last 2 to 3 years. I mean, you do have bumper crops too sometimes, quite good for you sometimes.
Yes, indeed. And I mean, we were very blessed. I always say if it wasn't for the agriculture sector during the COVID pandemic, this country would have been in serious trouble. And through our engagement with the government realized that they need to make sure that the agriculture sector is also classified as a very important sector. They cannot close it down. And that helped us to prevent a calamity at the end of the day. We've also seen very good rains and very good harvest, but with input costs going through the roof, we are now engaging with Transnet, for example, to ensure that fertilizer is delivered timeously, because due to delays in the ports, that has become a tremendous setback for the agriculture sector. And as I speak now, we brought the fertilizer companies together with Transnet to find a solution and hopefully by the end of today, there will be a solution. So yes, there's some factors that are really impacting negatively on our ability to sustain food certainty for the country.
The other issue, of course, Christo, we must talk about is the avian flu epidemic that's really just gone through our chicken flocks. Many people can't get eggs at the moment. I know the Poultry Association says we will be able to, but battling to find them, frankly. That's going to have a big impact, a huge impact, actually, on your industry.
Indeed. We've met with the Minister. We've met with Poultry SA last week. Some of our top veterinarians sat in on that meeting. And obviously, the big thing now is that we've got a different variant, and we do not have the vaccines to fight that. So there's a process now to ensure that we register new vaccines, but it still remains whether those vaccines will be effective. The industry has come up with various other measures. There's also an attempt now to import to ensure that we do not have a situation where we run out of poultry, we run out of eggs as a country. So various measures are being undertaken, and I must really commend the industry for their responsiveness, for the resilience, and obviously for our Minister of Agriculture, that she has an open mind and she has an ear for the industry. And I think we will come through this, but it's going to negatively impact on the...
We seem to have lost Christo van der Rheede there. Christo, thank you very much indeed.